Okay, second attempt at a spin, because the first game required that I launch it from a browser, even though I downloaded it from a launcher. So let's do something else. I'm sorry, I'm very, very tired while I'm doing this, so I may seem a little off. Terra Invicta. What does it say? Xbox. Hey everyone, Alex Trades here, and I am back with a gaming reveal live stream. We are playing Terra Invicta, which is in a game preview, so we're kind of expecting things maybe to not work to some extent. So resistance? What is this game? Okay. I'm not playing this game for 100 hours. They might want to, like, railroad you in the beginning. Like, an option to opt out of the railroad, but mostly railroad us, please. Very epic music for looking at this guy. Looking through some device, I guess? I don't think, for the most part, that we're going to be doing laundry this one. Just a sense that I get. So far it feels a little like Starfield, maybe? Just because of some of the elements that I'm seeing, but it could be completely different.
Wow. Remember the day the stars answered. The day we learned we were not alone.
I hate this accent.
As a familiar sun rose on an unfamiliar universe, some of us saw wondrous possibility, and others existential danger. The astronomers had insisted that the bright streak in the sky was no natural phenomenon.
Most
of us didn't really believe them until it burned through our atmosphere and crashed in a remote region, leaving only wreckage and uncertainty.
She didn't pause like at all.
In our ignorance, we fractured, taking refuge in our most primal emotions. Each of us saw what we wanted to see. Everyone loves heroes, depends on them, to save us from evil, lead us through darkness. Problem is, real heroes are always ignored. What no one understands is that being shot at is easy. The hard part is convincing someone they're drowning before it's too damn late.
I would work on that. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of reading. Okay, let's see. Tutorial launched. Welcome to the tutorial of Terra Invicta. This is... I'm just looking... Now I'm getting Age of Wonders Planetfall vibes. Looking at this GUI. This is the beginning of a standard playthrough of the game at the difficulty you selected. I selected a difficulty? You could have... If it was a snake, it bit me, because I have no idea what difficulty I've selected. The tutorial has two primary components which function independently of each other. One, a set of objectives to guide you through key aspects of gameplay. Some of these objectives may take in-game years to accomplish. Specific steps to take to accomplish these objectives appear at the top of the screen. What part of the top of the screen? The top of the screen is like really crazy. It's got a lot going on it. This is 2 years ago. I'm just reading that date. Starts 2 years ago. Okay. So AU to future, I guess. These will appear alongside your regular campaign objectives that move the story along. A description of various elements in the game's interface when you first open them. These will help you understand the various tools you have to complete your goals. In addition, many of the game's mechanics are described in detail in the codex, which can be opened by clicking the question mark box on many of the panels in-game. Trying to see. I see one next to the date. Is that the only one I see? I think so. Okay. But I imagine if I open up a panel, there'll be other question marks. You may also reset the interface tutorial via the codex if you want to see it again. The campaign starts just before the mission phase. You're throwing terms at me already that I don't understand. To start playing, either run the clock using the controls on the top right corner of the screen, or hit continue on all these notifications. UFO crashes on Earth. An alien vessel has crashed down in the Tijuana region in Mexico. While the wreckage is unrecoverable, we suspect an alien life form escaped into the surrounding countryside. That's just terrifying.
Greetings, Commander. I am pleased to report the Council has appointed you leader of our organization. I am Fiona Ayawade, your Chief of Staff. While most of the world is reacting with fascination at the arrival of an alien species on Earth, we represent a small group who believes the aliens' crash landing and disappearance may signify a potential threat. We intend to build an international organization capable of investigating and, if necessary, combating any danger aliens may pose.
So, my problem with this, though, is that I'm pretty sure the governments, and especially the US government, if we're being honest, would immediately go, it's a threat. Prepare in case it's a threat. I recommend we send a counselor to investigate the crash site in the Tijuana region as soon as possible. Our other counselors may be... Why are you calling them counselors? Operatives might be a better use. Our other counselors may be best used in trying to gain influence in nations that may be able to contribute resources to our cause. You may review our objectives at any time by clicking our faction symbol in the top left corner of your screen. Faction symbol. The Falcon? Is that what we're looking at? So, this? Yes, that is correct.
Our council is made up of some of the Earth's best and brightest. They are capable, connected, and standing by for your orders.
I really hate her accent. Like, I cannot emphasize that enough. I hate accents that turn TH sounds into F sounds. Like, it's grating as all hell. It is so annoying. I assign counselors to missions. Counselor missions are the primary way to expand your reach on Earth. Twice a month, the game will enter the mission phase, during which all factions will assign their counselors to... So it's sort of turn-based? their counselors to missions. Missions may target nations, control points, space facilities, and other counselors. Missions will be resolved in a set sequence in the weeks between mission phases. Defensive missions... I feel like intelligence systems and military operations have a quicker turnaround than 2 months. Not in the idea that they complete them in 2 months, but that they have communication faster than that, with new orders faster than that. Maybe not for spies, but like in deep enemy territory, maybe not then. But 2 months seems kind of long. Defensive missions will trigger before missions that are offensive in nature. While some missions are automatically successful, many are contested and require a success roll. After all counselors have been assigned missions, select the Confirm Assignments button.
If we truly face the threat of invasion, we need
This
to
is one
start
where I wish
organizing
I could
now.
just read.
We are going to need global cooperation on a never-before-seen scale. I recommend we start tasking our counselors with gaining support in strategic positions of power across the globe.
Control points represent key nodes. Yeah, but you haven't told me what control points look like here. And I feel like that's a necessary part of a tutorial. They should show me a control point. Okay. That's just, you know, feedback. Remember, it's in preview. Control points represent key nodes of political and economic power in a nation. They grant access to the nation's resources, control over its funding priorities, and in some cases, command of an army. Doesn't that suggest that you are hijacking other nations' resources, including their military operatives? Isn't that sort of wrong? But I understand, this might be one of those games where it's like ends justify the means. Each nation has between 1 and 6 control points. The number corresponds with the size of the nation's economy. Initially, all control points are neutral. I kind of feel like they're controlled by the nation, right? That they're in. But expect all factions to target them early in the campaign. Neutral control points may be... What are the other factions, then? If they're not the nations themselves. Neutral control points may be acquired by the Gain Control Counselor mission, while the Purge mission seizes control points from other factions. Control points in more powerful nations will be harder to acquire in all cases. Okay. I feel like they're front-loading a lot of information without having me do something, which is not great tutorial, honestly. I feel like you always need to, like, just giving me text is not really handy for tutorials. You really have to, like, go, this is a control point. Select a counselor here to send them to that control point to gain control. You know, like, this control point already is taken. Send a counselor to purge that control point. Like, I definitely, like, feel like that's what needs to happen here. But maybe they'll do that, you know, who knows? Maybe I don't mean that like right now in my experience. I mean in their game, like after they're done and they actually launch the game for everybody. The rightmost control point in a nation, called the why is it always right? Called the Executive Control Point, also grants access to the Set Policy mission, which allows initiating wars, forming alliances, and similar high-level national actions. Upon successful resolution of a control nation mission... What's a control nation mission? You will gain a control point in that nation. How is a control nation mission different than gaining all the control points in a nation? See, this is why you need to like really walk someone through what your game is.
Reports are still coming in, but it is clear that an alien object has crashed down on the planet. We should send a counselor to investigate the site as soon as possible.
I feel like you already told me that, but I'm so sick of hearing this woman. Our first knowledge of the alien... Also, why did the resistance form so quickly? Like, it's... like, it just crashed! That's a story world-building aspect that I'm kind of stuck on, I'll be honest. Of the alien arrival came with... Like, you don't even know if it's a bad alien! Came when its spacecraft aerobraked in our upper atmosphere before crashing down in a remote territory, apparently self-destructing. We should send a counselor to the site to learn what we can. Having a counselor conduct the investigate alien activity mission at the crash site. Have. It says have. Like, Kennedy Space Center. There's the crash site. I don't know why you had me over the Atlantic Ocean. That was not a helpful view. This map could look cleaner. Like more... I don't know. More something. Why is Texas in... okay. You wrap together the two four-state areas, I see. Well, no, because Oklahoma's part of that four-state area. Why Denver? Phoenix is a much larger city than Denver. Yeah, I am reacting. I don't know what that woman said. It disappeared too quickly. As you navigate the UI for the first time, tutorial buttons will appear here to the right of the current objective. Click on them to receive guidance on the currently open interface. Select the intro tutorial icon for a tour of Terra Invicta's user interface, which would be... Where is the tutorial icon? Is this it? No, I don't think it is, because that's intro and counselor. I'm like looking. This is just what's happened. Oh, okay. Back to game. Cash, influence, ops. Chinese and an American. Yeah,
This is your main command interface. From here,
you
we
could have
can monitor
labeled it that.
developments across the globe and beyond, send our counselors on missions, direct research and development, and much more. Take some time to familiarize yourself with it.
Okay. Don't say select the intro tutorial and then it only said intro. Just say intro tutorial. Like it's too close to this. Okay. Welcome to Terra Invicta. These tutorial windows will describe how to access and manage various aspects of your faction throughout the game. The pause menu can be accessed here, where you can save your progress, view the extremely helpful codex, adjust game settings, as well as exit the game. Okay? Resources. This top panel shows your current resources and incomes. Hover over each for details. Money, influence, and ops are vital for advancing your goals on Earth. Boost and mission control are for developing your space programs. Research, along with engineering projects, unlock new technologies and modules for your ships and habitats. Money. Sorry, my brain just really just grabbed that word. Money is used to build components on Earth for our space program. Acquire many counselor ords, conduct certain financially oriented missions, and support our space assets. It is gained from national funding. The spoils, priority ords, counselor traits, hab modules, and the sale of space resources on Earth. Influence represents political capital and the ability to sway institutions and people to pursue your goals. It is gained from a favorable global public opinion about your faction's ideology, ords, counselor traits, and hab modules. It is also spent on maintaining your control points each month. Ops or operations is our ability to conduct small-scale combat and espionage operations. It is primarily gained, they used the wrong form, from ords, but also can come from counselor, the text super tiny, traits and certain hab modules in an Earth interface orbit. That's one thing they need to do, is give me the ability to increase the size of this text. Boost. Each point of boost represents the capability to move 10 metric tons of material from Earth's surface to low Earth orbit via rocket launches and other conveyances. Boost can also deliver items to more distant destinations at a significant penalty. It is primarily generated from nations with a space program, but also can come from orgs. The mission control resource accounts for all of the staff and technical apparatus required to support our operations in space. Insufficient mission control makes it much easier for other factions to seize our space assets and makes accidents far more likely. We may not build or acquire new habs or ships if we do not have any mission control available. Excess mission control is converted to research and money. Research represents the efforts of our scientists and engineers. Unlike other resources, it is not accumulated but immediately distributed according to our research priorities, which are divided between global investigations into new principles and technologies and private engineering projects that only benefit our faction. Oh, okay, none of that landed. Control points capacity. Here you can find your current control points counted towards our control point capacity. Whew! Look at that capacity already. It's 148. Being over the cap will result in a daily influence penalty, which is reflected in our nation influence income. Enemy missions targeting our control points will receive a bonus. We may abandon control points to reduce this cost or research projects to increase our cap. Earth View. This panel contains shortcuts to locations and management screens for Terra Invicta. Clicking here will focus the camera on Earth and activate the political overlay showing national borders, armies, and alien-related phenomena. Solar System View. Clicking here will bring the camera view to the solar system. I figured as much. You have nothing else to say about that. Okay. Faction Council. Your counselors are your chief agents on Earth and later throughout the solar system. By going on missions, they can rally nations to your cause, hunt for aliens, or interfere with the operations of other factions. You can manage and recruit counselors here. Earth Nations. The Nations panel puts all I'm sorry. I'm getting tired of reading. The Nations panel puts all nation data in one place. You can also assign priorities to your control points here. Influencing the nations of Earth is one of the main ways of establishing geopolitical dominance with your faction. View details on any nation by clicking here. View habitats. View details on your and other factions' space stations and surface bases in the Habitats Habs panel. You can also order construction of modules. Breathe. Assisting helps. I don't know where that came from. View fleets. The fleets panel is where you view all discovered fleets as well as design new ships. Sorry, I'm starting to become a civ here. This is starting to not land at all. Oh, my jaw. That hurt so much. As well as design new ships and manage ship construction. View research information. Research is vital to progressing in Terra Invicta. View and manage your faction's research priorities here, as well as any contributions to collective global research projects. Are we almost done? View Intel panel. The Intel panel is a collection of data that you have discovered about the aliens. Why is it capitalized? Other factions, activity on Earth, and any space bodies in the solar system. Check back frequently to assess your faction's current knowledge and to help make better decisions. Oh. Okay. Change Earth map mode. Cycle through the different nation color filters here on Earth. Federations. Terrain. Faction control. Faction popularity. Democracy. See, this doesn't mean anything to me though. Unrest. Boost income. I need a legend for these colors though. Military tech level. Control points. Per capita GDP. Population. Nations. Okay. Binder panel. Oh my god. My eyes are starting to get tired. This is the Finder panel. It is a reference list. That is 2 sentences. You need a period there. It is a reference list of all counselors, habs, armies, and fleets that your faction controls. Click on any object in the list to center your camera view there. You can also filter the list with the buttons on the top of the panel. Game time settings. Pause and unpause the game here, as well as adjust the game speed. At times, the game will remain paused until you address an urgent matter. If the game is paused, unpause it here to progress to the mission phase. View objectives. The objectives panel, reachable by clicking your faction symbol, tracks all of your current and completed objectives here. These are necessary to advance the storyline and discover what is behind the alien arrival in our solar system. The tutorial also includes an extra series of objectives to guide you in performing basic actions in Terra Invicta. You've said that part before. Select this button to check your current objectives. Okay. Assign counselors to missions. Oh god, it's just so much. It's so much. It's it's a lot. I don't mean it's a lot of information, it's a lot of reading. I mean, it is a lot of information, but it's a lot of reading, and I'm losing it. Counselor missions are the primary way to expand your reach on Earth twice a month. Wait a minute, is this something I've already read, or you made me read it again, or is it the same information delivered in a different way? The game will enter the mission phase, during which all factions will assign their counselors to missions. Missions may target nations, control points, source facilities, and other counselors. Missions will be resolved in a set sequence in the weeks between mission phases. Run the game clock forward until the next mission phase triggers, then select one of the counselors on Earth's geoscape. Don't fucking throw that word at me. Select a mission to perform from the list at the bottom center of the interface. Do you want me to do this, like, actually, right now? And click on the appropriate target in the geoscape. What? Hi. She's so cute. If the mission is contested, you may spend resources to improve your chance of success using the slider. After all counselors have been assigned missions, select the Confirm Assignments button. Hey, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. She's like, wow, you're really paying attention to me. Yeah, I know, it's, because this is... I don't know what it's... Hi, sweetie. She just headbutted my face. Gain a control point in a nation. Send a counselor to a nation you wish to gain a foothold in. Select a counselor and then select the control nation mission from the mission list at the bottom of the center. On successful resolution. Wait a minute, I thought I was trying to control a point instead of a nation. Wouldn't you be controlling points first? Okay. There are no more tips.
Information about our currently selected counselor appears in the bottom right of the screen. Their available missions can be found in the bottom center of the screen.
Hi, sweetie. You don't want me to do this, do you? It's okay, this game doesn't want me to do it either. It's just interested in making me read out loud for now. Selected counselor. This window shows the current selected counselor. You can select their portrait to open the counselor detail screen to learn more about them. Understanding your counselor's strengths and weaknesses is key to success. Is the key to success? A counselor's mission list can be found centered at the bottom of the interface. Okay, could you stop showing me that? Because it's kind of covering too much of the screen, and it won't. Next tip. It should, if I'm done with tips, that window, instead of it saying next tip, it should say close window, and that be it. See?
This is our counselor's dossier. Here you can view a counselor's missions, attributes, traits, monthly incomes, and organizations. Different types of counselors will be able to conduct different types of missions.
This panel shows you the list of missions that this counselor can perform during the mission phase. Try to maintain a balanced council to ensure you can execute the necessary missions to achieve your goals. He can... These are the things he can do, and the stores in which he can do them, right? Can I move this? No, I cannot. This panel shows you the list of missions that a counselor can perform during the mission phase. Try to maintain a balance. Yeah, no, I did actually read that. Okay, so... Oh, that's actually really good information. I thought that it was like how like an ability modifier or like score saying that, oh, he gets it too in Control Nation, but no, it's much cooler than that. It's how many can do these, how many counselors you have can do these. This is really great information to have on this screen, because if I only have a set number of counselors and I have certain goals for assigning missions, I want to make sure that I have a counselor available for each of those missions, and that number will help me decide. That's brilliant. Okay, this panel displays the counselor's attributes. Hover over an attribute to see more details. Attribute scores can range from 0 to 25. Parent loyalty is 10 with a question mark. The loyalty attribute determines how likely councils are to betray their faction to another. Ooh, that's actually cool that they can like be pieces of shit. The value displayed is normally an estimate based on the counselor's behavior. The counselor's actual loyalty may only be discovered by investigating this counselor, possibly multiple times. That is a cool mechanic. I like that. Security. Security is the counselor's ability to survive violence. This counselor's unmodified stat value is 2. That's very low out of 25. The counselor's ords provide a total of 0 security. Counselor attributes may not exceed 25. Science. His science is decent for a starting counselor, I guess. Science is the ability to investigate and analyze phenomena to derive new understandings of the universe and those who inhabit it. Each point of science increases this counselor's research income by 1%. 1% of the starting amount, or 1% of the total you currently have, or 1% of the total possible. And every 5 points increases the monthly chance of unlocking a project by 1%, and the faction's overall chance of unlocking challenging projects by 1%. High science scores will also help defend our interest against alien activity. This counselor's unmodified stat value is 8. Excuse me. Administration is the ability to manage large organizations. Each point of administration adds 1% to this counselor's money income and allows you to control 1 additional org tier. Command. Command represents this counselor's ability to organize and lead combat operations. He's got a 0. Each point of command increases this counselor's ops income by 1%. Espionage. Espionage is the ability to move in secret and conduct covert operations. High espionage makes the counselor much more harder to detect by enemy factions. 0. Investigation is the counselor's ability to discover information someone would prefer to keep hidden. In addition to serving as the primary stat for a number of missions, it also determines the counselor's chances of sighting enemy counselors. This is decent. Persuasion is the ability to shape the opinions of others to your own. It is crucial in gaining support from Earth's nations. Each point of persuasion increases this counselor's influence generation by 1%. Oh, okay, next tip. This panel displays the resources that this counselor generates. Negative resources indicate upkeep. Okay. I'm not. Counselor traits. Traits are special characteristics and modifiers that affect this counselor's attributes, incomes, and other aspects. Many provide conditional bonuses to missions. Hover over a trait to view more details. Family ties. Feels a strong connection to their homeland and has family there. Will suffer a massive loss of loyalty if their home region is hit with a nuclear weapon. Oh, jeez. 1+ persuasion when in home nation. 1+ security when in home nation. Physicist, an expert in the study of energy. Monthly income 5 plus 15% to energy research. This is research. Ethical, a person of principle who believes not all means are justified by their end. I agree with you, Michael Cueva. Suffers -1 loyalty every time the counselor's faction commits an atrocity. Huh. +1 persuasion in nations where... What's that symbol? You can't just throw that in there. Come on, man. Is 3.5 or less. What is that symbol? Prohibited missions. Assassinate. Oh, Jesus. No shit. I would think there would be some other ones, too, though. Like, you can't, like, poison the water supply. Expert. An oft-quoted speaker on topics in certain realm of expertise. Monthly income 2 something. 5 research. What is this? Influence. -1 to espionage when being detected by other counselors. +1 persuasion. +1 science. -1 security. Missions granted. Advise. Streetwise. Really? Skilled at navigating dark corners of his or her home nation. +1 espionage when being detected by other counselors. +1 security when in home nation. +1 investigation when in home nation. Okay. So he's from Los Angeles, so the United States is his nation. Augment your counselor. When you gain enough XP, you can... God, I'm getting so tired. Is there a point at which I play instead of learn? You can spend it here to increase your counselor's attributes or add or remove traits. Going on mission grants XP. You know what? I'm gonna give Darkest Dungeon some, like, due respect for just throwing me in the fucking deep end. And making me, like, there is, so, I have two thoughts on tutorialization in video games. One, you do hardly fucking any. You throw me in the deep end and I sink or swim, okay? Or two, you hold my hand like I am the biggest dumb fuck in the world. You do not force me to read a novel's length worth of information. Because I was a teacher. I train people. And I have to say, like, there is a certain point at which the brain just goes and shuts the fuck off. Like, it does. It absolutely does. Which is why having people discover for themselves the mechanics is, you know, like, that works. That's the deep end method. Or the, here is every fucking step. Let me go through every single step of every little thing we're going to do, because making someone do it instead of just telling them how to do it is going to be way better. Like, every single time, that is a much better method of getting people to learn something than just giving them a bunch of information all at once. Because when you just give them a bunch of information all at once, their brain doesn't want to take it in anymore, and they're not hearing it anymore. They're not. Whether or not you're speaking it at them, or you're making them read it, they're done. It's sort of like if you were to try to teach someone how to code, and all you did was just lecture at them how to do it, and you lectured at them for like a fucking hour on how to, like, build a website or whatever, and you never once had them touch a keyboard or, you know, like, actually look at assets that they're building with code, they will not know what they're doing. And then at the end of it, you know, like, after the end of your hour of trying to tell them how to build a website without them touching a fucking computer at all, if you said, now do it, they're not going to get it done. So, I will say this right now for Terra Invicta: redo your tutorial. That is my biggest piece of advice right off the bat. Don't do this. This is not going to help. Either have them be thrown in the deep end, which, by the way, some players are totally down for that. They will put in the time to learn your mechanics through, you know, hit and miss. They'll do that. Or actually, like, literally walk them through each of these mechanics instead of just make them read them. That is my biggest piece of advice right now for this game. I don't know if this is the end game plan for launch. If it is, it's a bad idea. Don't do it. But okay. Going on missions grants XP, with contested missions with a success chance granting more when a success is rolled. Oh, wait a minute. What did that say? Your counselor's XP value represents personal growth and acquired knowledge that can be directed to improve the counselor. Counselors gain 1 or more XP for attempting mission. and they typically gain at least 2 XP for successful missions, in which they must... sorry. Suddenly my esophagus is attacking me. Must pass a die roll. XP may be spent on improving a counselor's attributes, adding beneficial traits, or removing certain negative traits. Oh, wow. Increase his persuasion, his investigate, espionage, command, administration, science, security. This feels, yeah, like 100 hours, they said. This definitely, I'm seeing where that 100 hours is going to be rewarded. He's top 40 right now. Oh. National hero. Do I want to spend anything? Turn this guy into Fauci. Although Fauci had influence in nations all over the world. Oh! So I can completely change this counselor. Huh! His head looks kind of awkward, honestly. Organizations or ords can be equipped on a counselor with sufficient administration ability. Ords grant attribute bonuses, incomes, and new missions to their owner. This area shows any ords that your counselor currently has equipped. He's got none equipped. What's his administration? His administration is 4. I have to imagine that the ones that are grayed out are the ones that he can't be a part of. I have the Ravati cartel. Criminal missions granted. Assassinate increased unrest. So he can't do that. Iridani risk management. What do they do? Tech target. Ah, it's a security company. Stupid name. The Iris Fund. Counselor cannot have these traits. Sociopath. Missions granted. Advise. Monthly income 6. +5 to knowledge. Knowledge is where? Is that a resource or? I literally don't see that anywhere. It's not crazy. Money, influence, combat, boost, research, capacity for control points. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know. Radiation? Yeah, I don't know what the knowledge thing is. Epsilon Laboratories, monthly income plus 15 research, plus 5 space science research. Palladium Products, monthly income 19. Canis Spacecraft, monthly income plus 25. Council must have these traits: criminal missions granted, assassinate, increased unrest. Corona organization. Well, one of these two makes the most sense. I guess I'll do Palladium. Jesus Christ! Why? I don't know how I purchase an organization. Is it membership? Objective complete. We have completed the managing orbs objective. Orbs. Unpurchased orbs will sometimes be made available to other factions after a certain period. You may also develop orbs via faction projects and transfer orbs between counselors at a small cost. Okay.
Research stations, space docks, resupply hubs. We are going to need it all. When you think we are ready, take the leap into orbit.
Oh, 4! Because he has a 4 administration. Wow, that means if you had 25, you could get 15. Okay. Space stations are... Why are you telling me about space stations right now? I haven't even gone and investigated the alien crash site. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Space stations or platforms are humanity's foothold in outer space, and critical to industrializing space and building a war fleet. Stations are composed of modules that grant bonuses to research and other resources, and allow construction of ships and additional modules. What are you doing? Leave that alone. That's my Halloween costume. I haven't opened it yet. Don't scream at me! We should start stockpiling boost and a couple points of mission control in preparation for founding a station. Save sufficient money, boost, and mission control to afford to launch a platform core module, then zoom out on Earth to a distance that the nation boundaries are no longer visible, and click the panel. Hi, sweetie. From the icons at the bottom of the screen, select the... You should not be telling me this right now. Yeah, it may take several months to be ready to accomplish this. Maybe you should have told me that in a couple of fucking months! Ord Marketplace. This area shows any ords that are currently available to be purchased for this counselor. Simply right-click or drag an ord into the above panel to purchase it for the counselor. Faction ords. Switching from the marketplace to this panel area shows any ords that are being held by the faction but belong to no counselor. They provide no benefits but still can be snatched by your enemies. Oh. If counselors are killed or dismissed, their ords go here. You can also drag and drop ords in this window to transfer them between counselors. There is a small fee when doing this. Okay. Customize your counselor. Click here to open a new panel where you can customize your counselor's name, appearance, and voice. I'm okay with leaving him as a man, but that head is disturbing me. Hey, John Hunter. He is the most science-y looking person here, though, and it could be because his shirt and is white. That's really all it is, isn't it? No, let's choose the glasses guy. And let's name him, we'll leave his first name. Michael. They have voices? Interesting. Why did the last name I thought of was Pembroke? Where did that even come from? I'm gonna start naming them after, Downton Abbey characters. If a counselor no longer suits your goals, you can dismiss them here to free up space in your council, so you can replace them with another candidate. See, that's done. Could just... What is this? You didn't tell me what this button does! What does this button do? Oh, it shows me where he is on the map. Okay. This game, John Hunter, is called Terra Invicta. And so far, all I've done is read the tutorials. Right, what do you want?
Information about our currently selected counselor appears in the bottom right of the screen.
Shut up, you've already told me this.
On the left-hand side of your interface is the newsfeed. It will keep you apprised of important events. Some time-sensitive updates about our operations will also appear in the top left of your screen.
Okay, you can left-click to go to the relevant location, right-click to dismiss it. There's no more tips. Okay. Hi. Okay. I want you, Matthew, to go investigate this. I am finally doing this.
Headed there now.
He's a politician. So, his persuasion is 7, his investigation is 4, his espionage is 4, his command is 2, his administration is 6, his security is 4, his apparent loyalty is guessed at a 12. It's about half. He makes 1.1. Okay. 6.4 in influence makes sense. He's a politician. Okay, so traits are government, a member of a recognized government with official status, grants access to orbs not available to other counselors. Really? I don't see that's true. Stop headbutting me. Affluent, makes a good living, monthly income 1. That doesn't seem that good. Influential among elites, but well known enough to sometimes attract unwanted attention. He's got 6 in influence, -2 to espionage when detected by other counselors. Inscrutable. Never seems to express a strong opinion. Apparent loyalty sent to 12. Prohibited missions. Inspire. Augment. Let's see. Let's increase. It's got 32. It's persuasion. It's already pretty good though. Same thing with his administration. can make him prosperous. Famous. He does not have enough. Untouchable. Jesus. Wow. Okay, what does famous do? Broadly known among elites and the public. Monthly income 9, influence -4 to espionage when being detected by other counselors. Adding this trait will also remove the counselor's imminent trait. Okay. Sort of, John Hunter. You're a faction, like a shady faction, that is trying to take over the world and space, I guess? And there's other factions, so think, Age of Wonders Planetfall, or, Dark Crusade, Warhammer 40k Dark Crusade. I'm trying to think if there are any others that are big. But this one, you go into space. This one has space exploration, sort of. I don't know. I've not gotten that far. Yes, John Hunter, that is exactly what this game is. That is exactly what it is. So far, though, we're an hour in, and they've mostly just tutorialized me to death. In too important a position to be safely deleted. I love the use of the word deleted on this. Any attempt to assassinate this counselor that has a result worse than critical success would give the assassin the marked trait, which provides a massive malice to the security attribute. Could you explain the use of the word malice? +3 security. I think I'm gonna make him prosperous. I feel like that would be helpful to me. Now he can have nothing. Okay, so I saw that one. Sociopath. Yeah. There's not really an organization that I would want to put him on. None of these really make sense for him. Oh, I see. I don't have enough money. Or influence. Okay, I get it. But I should assign him to a mission, right? Maybe he should try to take a control point? What's the word? Control nation. Gain an open control point. Coup d'etat! Jesus. Public campaign. Go to ground. Okay. So I want to do this. I want a control point with him. 0% of chance of success. Okay. Shanghai. Okay, I don't know how to do this. You tutorialized me to death, and then I still don't know what I'm doing. Influence. Still says 0%. Or oh, I see. That is changing. That is the actual modifier. God, I really wish you would Because this big thing right here, is that actually my chances of success, or... I'm so confused. What is this? I want to choose a different... How about Taiwan? Okay, I don't want to do China. I want to do I want to do Taiwan. Okay, actually, Austria has the highest. No, wait. Which one has the highest? Belize? Do you want to go to Belize? Go to Belize.
Bringing them to our side.
Would I be a total asshole if I changed his name to something that I could actually pronounce? It's honestly not about... Like, I mean, if he was Polish, it would be the same thing. It would be like... Alright, let's confirm assignments. Wait, what?
We should make every effort to understand the nation's social and economic situation so we can best direct its development to support our efforts.
In the nation panel, where is Belize? I honestly do not know. Can you show me? Where are you? Where is... This is Russia. This is Ukraine. Romania. Okay. Can you show me...
We should make every effort to understand the nation's social and economic situation so we can best direct its development to support our efforts.
In the nation panel, you can view important information about individual nations on Earth and direct the portions of its economy that you control. If a nation belongs to a federation, it will display here. Federations are nations in permanent alliance and share research and boost between them. Control points represent nodes of political and economic power in a nation, such as control of the mass media or its legislator. Nations with larger economies may have up to 6... You've told me that part. One of the main goals of your council is to gain control points in nations useful to your cause. Faction ownership of a control point is represented by their logo. Simple colored circles mean no faction has taken that control point. The rightmost control... Oh, that's what you mean, rightmost on this. Okay. You said that before. I thought you meant on the fucking map. It didn't make any sense to me. Jesus Christ. Which grants control over the nation's foreign relations via the set policy counselor mission. Some counselor missions target control points directly. You may click them on the map or here to select them as targets during the mission phase. Defense sector. Bureaucracy. I am not reading all of that. National industries. Security apparatus. Party. Executive. I literally can't hardly put my mouse anymore. Would become suspicious of them. Is that true? This section shows details about the nation's government, unrest, and GDP. Hover over a value to view more details. Government and unrest are represented by a value ranging from 0 to 10, while GDP is displayed at the scale of billions. Authoritarian 2.2. Subversion 2. With a symbol for something, I don't know. GDP in China is 26,557 billion. It's the fist. Yeah, I know! I have no idea! I literally have to put my mouse over every single fucking country in the world. Belize is in Europe, right? That's Italy. I know that's Italy. France. Man, this is just making me nostalgic for Plague Inc. Can I just wipe everyone off the map instead? Okay, where is Belize? Is this Belize? No, that's Ukraine. Come on, Alex. Find Belize. I literally do not know where it is. I actually knew someone from Kazakhstan. That's the Iberian Peninsula. It's the Netherlands, Belgium, obviously the UK and Ireland. That's Portugal, Spain, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, those are 3 different nations. The Netherlands, Denmark, Macedonia, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Serbia, there you go, Slovenia, Budapest, Slovakia, Austria, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Poland, Romania, Moldova, Bulgaria, Turkey, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Poland, Russia, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. Where the fuck is Belize? Is it actually in Asia? Why don't I know this? Bangladesh. Could you? Myanmar, Laos, Taiwan, Vietnam, Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Egypt, Jordan. I know someone from Egypt. Syria, Iraq, Turkey, Iran, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Georgia, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, I told him to go to Belize because we're at the highest likelihood. Where is it? This is Terra Invicta, Igorog. I am so confused, and I literally have no idea where Belize is. Where is Belize? Oh my god! I was in the wrong hemisphere! I was so fucking far away! Literally looking everywhere but there. Alright. If there's one control point, it's the executive control point. That's why it's so easy. They have a full democracy, 8.7, 2 subversion. Correct planet, at least. Yeah, at least I wasn't off on the moon or something. 3 billion, in GDP. That's not too bad. Set policy mouse over. If you have executive control of a nation, you may send a counselor on the set national policy mission for it. By setting national policies, you can direct nations to go to war, enter or leave federations, cede territory, and more. Place your mouse over this icon to see what national policies are available. No policies are available to this nation right now. Well, that makes sense, since I don't control it yet. Military overview. This section displays the military tech level, available strategic nuclear attacks, and the naval strength of the nation. Hover over a value to learn more. Atomic age. A nation's military technology value represents the capability of the nation's armed forces. Each 10th of a point in militech represents 10% improvement in combat capability. This nation has not completed the initiate nuclear program priority and cannot stockpile nuclear weapons. Couldn't you just fucking buy them on the black market? They were literally being sold out of Serbia. No navies. You are on the fucking water, Belize. What are you thinking? It's not important. Development overview. This section displays the nation's economic details and the distribution of incomes to control points owners. Hover over any value to learn more. Monthly investment points. Funding, research, monthly boost, mission control. I would imagine they don't have much in boost or mission control because they don't have nuclear capabilities. Monthly investment. Oh my god. Points. These represent the. You know what? Hide. Confirm missions. Just fucking do things. I can't do this anymore. Deep end it is. Forced deep end. We have completed the assigned counselor to missions objectives. You will be able to assign your counselors to new missions at the beginning of each mission phase, which occurs weekly and will slow down to twice per month as the game progresses. You may want to increase the game speed during the using the controls in the top right. Okay.
Our researchers are asking for your guidance in directing their efforts.
I mean, we don't want to hear this woman talk. Research in Terra Invicta is divided into 2 categories: public research and faction engineering. All factions may contribute. My jaw is killing me. May contribute to up to 3 simultaneous public research projects, which represent a global move forward in the understanding of broad scientific principles. The faction that contributes the most to a particular public research project selects the next public project for the world to pursue. That's a reason to invest in that. Faction engineering projects are conducted privately and typically confer a concrete benefit. Each faction distributes its research income among the public and private project. Go to the research screen and change the priority settings for one of the public research or faction engineering projects by clicking on the cycler for a technology or project you wish to complete. Research. Where is it? This is it. Okay. We are not alone. Sociologists consider what the alien arrival means for human institutions. Sounds fucking retarded. Audience research. We study new ways of influencing the public. Global research. Skywatch. The consolidation and advancement of aerospace surveillance systems. Council engineering projects. Acquire an org for one of your counselors that grants an engineering project to unlock this additional project capability. Mission of space. We learn how to live and thrive in a vacuum. Project details. This is a repeatable project. The required research to finish it increases by 100 each time it is repeated. Our next attempt at this project will cost 100. Oh, I knew it was coming. Ooh. 1,000. I can't do this. I just hit a patience wall. I can't do this anymore. I am playing the Resistance because I'm just doing the tutorial, and to do the tutorial you have to play the Resistance. But I can't do this anymore. My brain is done. Oh God. And I love Age of Wonders Planetfall. Like, love it. I love that game. It's so much fun for me. But maybe someday I would get into this, but I literally cannot. Are on a spectrum. I am not on a spectrum at all. Maybe a spectrum of bitchiness. I actually really like project management. Like, one of my favorite things to do is to, like, develop project management for myself. Like, there's so many fucking... I can't tell you the number of productivity management tools I have delved hardcore into. Like, it's insane. I currently am using 2 of them. What are they? Asana is my go-to, and then the other one I've been using is Notion, actually, and to manage my video editing projects. Asana is mostly my day-to-day projects and my reading schedule. I literally schedule my reading using a productivity tool. That's how I managed to read like 50-something books this year. But Jesus fucking Christ. I can't do this. A lot of it has to do with how they're tutorializing me. That I can't, like, they're not really tutorializing me. I turned off the celebrations at Sauna. I don't have those. Also, we are actually getting close to when I would end it anyway, and I should just go back to editing footage for Resident Evil 8. I have to have it done before the 1st, like absolutely done before the 1st, because that's when the first Spooktober livestream is, and I have to start on Resident Evil 8. Which I'm finding, as I'm editing it, that I didn't actually like it as much as I thought I did. I don't know, it's too Resident Evil 4 for me. Alright, so let me go over the schedule. This was Terra Invicta. It was mostly tutorial. I managed to assign some people to missions, but alright, let's go over the schedule. Next Saturday is book club for The Last Unicorn. You can join me on that live stream. If you've read the book and you asked me to be on the live stream, you're totally welcome. It's 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Alice's Book Circle. That's on Saturday, September 28th. The next book after that is going to be Dracula by Bram Stoker. And that's the Halloween book club. It's not going to be on Halloween, by the way. And then in the links in the description, there is a link to join my Discord, a link to buy my novel, a link to tip me, and in the banner you can join my locals. And if you join my locals as a paying member, you get access to exclusive stuff, like you get to see the wheel spins before I actually go live. For Gaming Reveal, you get to go to the exclusive live streams that are on Sundays at noon, and you get exclusive writing that's only available on locals. Okay, that is the semi-permanent stuff. Now let's talk about the schedule for the week. Tomorrow night, Warframe with Nameless, I believe. Tuesday night is D&D in the D. That's the Genevieve playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. Wednesday night, the Dim News on the Dim side. Thursday at noon, the exclusive rerun livestream for Spec Ops The Line. Thursday night, the Dim stream on the Dim side on Rumble. We are talking about Night Swim and the Deep House. Friday is, I'm hoping the Resident Evil 8 highlights reel is going to be done on Friday. That's when it's supposed to come out, but I don't know. I'm behind. Saturday is book club and Darkest Dungeon. Sunday at noon is the exclusive live stream for Spec Ops The Line. And starting on the October 1st is the first day of Spooktober. I just got my Halloween costume. I got a t-shirt. I still have my stars cap. I'm ready to die, I think it's 3 more times in Resident Evil 8, and then I'm gonna circle around. I'm gonna go to Resident Evil 0, actually. I'm gonna include the prequel Resident Evil 0. We'll see how I like it. And that's everything for the week. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Merch. Yeah. Check out my new shop at cafepress.com/outsofalltrades for all kinds of products with my face on them.